Newcomer, are you ready to administer
The Office
justice?
of Divine Prosecution seeks a temporary botanical assistant.
Ah, another ephem. Ever since the Queen's decree, I can't take 3 steps without bumping into someone who lacks even a drop of Ultima blood. No offense intended, of course. Shall I presume you're here about the contract work? It's a sad day indeed when the Divine Prosecution requires outside help. But these are tumultuous times. With the army engaged on foreign shores and so many visitors on our island, our resources are stretched thin. Hence the contracts. Each assignment varies in scope, but all assume a certain level of danger. Some can be completed alone, but others will need allies to complete. You'll be asked to dispatch dangerous creatures in festivity. Those sorts of tasks. In accordance with our current regulations, each deputized citizen may accept a single contract from each justiciar every day. You are encouraged, of course, to check back regularly for new assignments. Does this kind of work appeal to you? Very well. I hereby authorize you to execute duties on behalf of the Divine Prosecution. Seek Justiciars Farewell and Tenorian for your first assignments. They handle the administration of all contracts. Go speak to Farewell and Tenorian. They can set you up with contracts and get you right to work. The Divine Prosecution is a division of the Queen's Thelmore, charged with enforcing secular and religious law through Somerset. We investigate corruption and crime and adjudicate legal disputes. Your assignments will reflect this broad scope. Justicia Tenorian's contracts can be handled by a single agent, while Justicia Farewell's assignments require a group to eradicate the dangerous beasts she cares about. And at some point, talk to Battle Reeve Tannerline about specialized missions.
Ah, there you are. I see you've been deputized by Chief Justiciar Carwin. It's quite exciting to see so many newcomers taking an interest in our little project. Now, I expect you're ready for your first assignment. The Divine Prosecution has been tasked to recover rows of Archon blossoms on behalf of the Sapiarchs. Not life-threatening, perhaps, but still of vital importance to several of their religious ceremonies. Well worth the risks, I assure you. I'm afraid that Archon's Grove has been recently taken over by a pack of werewolves. Most dreadful, but the Divine Prosecution cannot reassign resources to manage the outbreak. You'll have to go in alone. Are you willing to take on this assignment? I thought the contract was self-explanatory. Do you require more information, or did you just want to chat before you completed your assigned task? To understand that, you must know the legend of Nenimil, Archon of Song. He was an orphan and poet, and would often sing of the beauty of Mara. He felt that he could feel no greater love than that of the goddess who was mother to all creation. Nenimil wished for nothing more than to see Mara herself. He searched all of Somerset, visiting holy sites and seeking rumors of her presence. Then, one day he came upon the most exquisite flowers, beautiful roses that seemed to shine in the light. He realized the truth. Mara wasn't a mere being, but rather beauty itself. Her goodness was in all exquisite things, such as the rose he had found. He dedicated his life to teaching that. His rose has been used to honor Mara ever since.
This one fails to understand. One must pay a fee for unloading boxes?
I beg your pardon.
Doesn't seem like I'm getting much done here.
Step up! Have a look!
You there! I do say, you there! I must say, I've just had the most dreadful day. First, my betrothed runs off with some wood elf, and then she manages to get kidnapped by werewolves. At this rate, my reputation may never recover. To think Nirelin would put me in such a position. In all honesty, I'd rather leave her in this cave. She's certainly earned such a fate. But if word got out that I left her to die, or if she managed to escape and actually marry that wood elf, suffice to say, I simply can't just leave her. Certainly not risk my life, if that's what you're implying. You know, you have the look of a ruffian. Want to take on the task? If you collect Nirelin, or at least what's left of her, I'll make sure you're paid handsomely. Excellent. Once you've finished, meet me near the Mages Guild in Shimmerine. Of course, discretion is key here. I want no word getting out about this little incident, not even to common folk. Rumors do tend to spread, after all. Do you know how long this marriage arrangement has been underway? Decades. Decades worth of work. All gone if Nirelin smears her name through wood elf muck. Why, I'd rather suffer 1,000 cuts than such a wound to my reputation. Oh, well, of course, you wouldn't know, given your race. High elves take marriage most seriously. A matchmaker must be contacted to research the couple's star charts, pedigree documents, that sort of thing. It's a lengthy process. Excuse me? Well, sorry that we don't take marriage as a fast and loose affair. Marriage, as in all things, must be as impeccable as possible. Family, physicality, all those things must be taken into account. Otherwise, it's just chaos, disorder. I feel as though I told you plenty, haven't I? It's a private matter. If she's alive, just remind her of her obligations. We can still make this little fling disappear, even after this mess. Naturally, pending death, there's no honorable way to cancel now. It's best just to be discreet. After all, I can't have everyone knowing my betrothed ran off with someone of another race. Ah, No offense meant, of course. Oh, well, of course you wouldn't know, given your race. High elves take marriage most seriously. A matchmaker must be contacted to research the couple's...
Didn't you all hear me? Wait. You're not one of the pack. Well, you're not even a werewolf. You need to leave now. It's far too dangerous here. They've already killed Brengus, and it's too late for me. Estadel. I thought I heard him whimpering earlier. I told you, it's already too late. I've been turned. There's no place in Somerset society for a werewolf. I'm doomed to live out the rest of my cursed existence as an outcast. What other choice do I have? I was miserable with Estadel, and I thought Brengus was my one chance to escape, to leave that life behind. He was going to protect me, and in the end, he couldn't even protect himself. No, I can't live like this, serving the very beasts who took everything away from me. Just end it, please. I'd rather die than be miserable. You can take my signet ring. That will prove to Estadel that you found my corpse. Well, I have always been good at controlling myself. I had to be. But still, where would I be going back to? Estadel? A loveless marriage with a mer I hate? I don't know if I could stand that. You know, you're right. Ever since I was turned, I feel stronger, bolder. I don't need to marry Estadel if I don't want to. And I certainly don't have to live in the woods to make that choice. I'll end it, one way or another.
My mounts are good.
I saw that, and I'm not covering for you. Every adventure...
Take a look at what I have.
Rights? You have no rights. But if you pay your bounty and so... Another criminal has purchased justice.
There you are. Quickly, over here. Well, were you able to find Nirelin? Or at least, whatever those werewolves left of her? I see. Well, at least I won't have to begin my marriage negotiations anew. As long as Nirelin's willing to put this incident behind her, all will be well. Here's your payment for a task well completed and your discretion on the matter.
I've returned, Estadel, and I've reflected on my actions.
I suppose nearly getting yourself killed will do that. I'm just glad you finally came to your senses.
Dearest, tell me. Our wedding day, weren't we told the moons would be full?
Why, yes. A most auspicious sign, the priests told us.
Oh, yes. Most auspicious indeed. I very much look forward to it.
Greetings, Deputy. Ah, very good. The Divine Prosecution always appreciates those willing to risk life and limb for the citizen. The Divine Prosecution enforces both secular and religious law. Of course not. We represent law and... Not in the least. In Somerset, every native-born...